The College of St. Benedict is located on the original homeland of the Dakota and Anishinaabe peoples. We honor, respect, and acknowledge the indigenous peoples forcibly removed from this territory, whose connection remains today. St. Benedict's Monastery previously operated boarding schools for Native children. Today, students, staff, and faculty remain committed on repairing the relationships with our Native Nation neighbors.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Kelly Anderson-Dierks, and I serve as the Director of Athletics at the College of St. Benedict. It is truly an honor to be here tonight as we celebrate the impact of Title IX and the storied history of St. Ben's athletics. As we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank the faculty, administration, coaches, support staff, and students who've advocated for and supported St. Ben's athletics in its history. I want you to hold your applause till all these folks stand, but I'm going to ask a variety of folks to stand now. I'd like all former faculty, administration, vice presidents, and presidents to stand at this time. Stand up. I see you out there. Thank you, thank you. Any former coaches and support staff, please stand up. I'd like all the current athletic staff to please stand at this time. And finally, I'd like all current and former Benny and Blazer student athletes to please stand. Thank you. These women and men are the reason that we're here today as a top-tier athletic department in our conference and across the region. As we begin the recognition event tonight, let us open with a prayer led by our beloved Sister Lois Wadle, who has a deep love for St. Ben's athletics. In 1986, in her first week teaching at St. Ben's and St. John's, a Blazer volleyball player asked Sister Lois if she'd come watch the match that night. It was the start of an amazing relationship. From that first day, she hasn't stopped cheering yet. Her personal interest in and support of literally thousands of women who have competed for St. Ben's over the years has been priceless. She will forever be our #1 fan. Please join me in welcoming Sister Lois.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. You have no idea how excited I am, and so excited to see all of you. Okay, our prayer for tonight. Dear God, I smile as I stand before you and all these wonderful people gathered here tonight as I vividly recall what it was like for those of us who are part of the pre-Title IX era. I am sure that in the late 1940s, Mr. Al Schaefer, our principal and the boys basketball coach at St. Barnabas High School in Cold Spring, groaned every time he saw me enter his office because he had no answer for my heartfelt mantra. It's not fair that the boys have everything and we girls have nothing. Yeah. But finally, as seniors, physical education was made available for us girls. But imagine how we felt after waiting for 4 years to be told that they were going to let us play half-court basketball because we girls were not physically strong enough to run back and forth the length of the whole basketball court. That did not sit well at all, no. But tonight, dear God, we are here to celebrate and give thanks to people like lawmakers and others who not only made the passage of Title IX in 1972 happen, but who continue to find ways to open the doors for women both in education and in sports. With hearts filled with gratitude, God, we give thanks to all our amazing student athletes who have chosen St. Ben's to pursue their academic and athletic careers and dreams. God bless our dedicated coaches who throughout these years have invested so much into the growth both of their teams and their individual athletes. And thank you, God, for blessing our athletic directors and administrators who, because of their wisdom and courage, have provided leadership throughout these years of physical expansion and exciting new opportunities for all of our athletes. Dear parents, who are you? Lots of you are down there, I'm sure. We know that many of our athletes could never have come to St. Ben's without your support and encouragement. May you be forever blessed, parents. And we cannot forget the sisters who from the very beginning have supported our athletes and included athletics as an integral part of the liberal arts education. And finally, God, bless all of our fans and each one who has contributed in any way in helping the College of St. Benedict be recognized as a place of athletic and academic excellence, hospitality, and true sportsmanship. Amen.
This is really a special night and an opportunity to honor and recognize a group of incredible women from the 1970s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. All of them in some way or another were impacted by Title IX and the opportunities presented at St. Ben's. In order to truly appreciate that history, we need to set the stage and go back a little further. Research of the St. Ben's archives found notation of a Sunday evening, specifically February 15th, 1914, when a basketball victory occurred on this campus, where the graduates of St. Benedict topped the subgraduates 36-6. Even as we celebrate 50 years of Title IX, women have actually been participating in sport and recreation on this campus for over 100 years. If we fast forward another decade to the fall of 1924, Miss Margaret Brown came to St. Ben's as the athletic director and physical instructor. Under her leadership, the Girls Athletic Association was created and sponsored volleyball, basketball, track, tennis, indoor basketball, and hiking. Points were awarded to students and letters were given out at the end of year banquet. This was the pinnacle of sport for the women at St. Ben's in the 1920s. Let's move ahead in time to the 30s and 40s when St. Ben's students participated in the Women's Athletic Association, or the WAA. The 1946-47 St. Ben's Bulletin reads, "The WAA provides a variety of sports and games: archery, tennis, ping pong, badminton, soccer, speedball, basketball, track, volleyball, croquet, kitten ball, skating, deck tennis, hiking, shuffleboard, and bowling." Points were awarded for all leisure activities, and students who achieved certain point levels were awarded letters for their participation in a balanced lifestyle. The WAA policies were in line with the best and most recent theories of leisure of the time. The WAA aimed to develop future teachers, mothers, and social workers with the ability to direct the leisure time of others. By 1954, the WAA had been replaced by the Women's Recreation Association, or the WRA, due to the widening scope of the program to include recreational as well as athletic activities. The all-around top senior student athlete each year earned the coveted crown of Campus Queen. And although awards were given out to all the outstanding athletes who achieved the highest scores. Tournament challenges were also conducted between the classes. Organized activities remained under the direction of the WRA during the 1960s, and students participated in national and state activities, class tournaments, and co-recreational activities. The WRA conducted an annual spring campus day, which was the highlight of the college. As time passed, movement to foster better opportunities for women began to take shape. So let's fast forward to the 70s, specifically June of 1972, when Title IX of the Educational Amendments was formally passed into law. It was a law that came to change the landscape for women's education and athletics across the nation, including here at St. Ben's. In the 50 years since the passage of Title IX, student athletes have gained the opportunities to proudly represent St. Ben's in competition, to chase their dreams and to accomplish their goals, and to become champions, both as teams and individuals. As a result, we're proud to host this event in celebration of Title IX and to pay special tribute to our collective Blazer and Benny history. In that recognition, we honor all of you tonight who attended and competed here during the past 100+ years. The spirit of competition and achievement in this room is palpable. I'm so glad you've joined us this evening. Together, we're about to meet some amazing student athletes who have gone on to become even more amazing women. Any one of these stories could center an event on its own, and we're about to hear 50 of them. A selection committee had the difficult task of reviewing the resumes and bios of athletes with graduation years from 1970 to 2020. And that group was charged with the selection of the final 50 honorees. Each decade was considered in the context of the department and the program, and between 7 and 13 honorees were selected per decade. At this time, I'd like to invite the honorees from the 1970s to begin making their way to the stage. All right, lace them up, stretch out. We've got a lot of ground to cover tonight. And to get us started, I'd like to welcome to the podium the first woman to hold the title of Director of Athletics in the post-Title IX era, Carol Agnes.
Smile. Hello, everyone. Is the mic working? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Carol Agnes, and I came to St. Ben's in 1972. First as the Recreation and Student Activities Director, and later as the Athletic Director. If it weren't for the efforts and support of Sister Grace Donovan, the early years of CSB varsity athletics would not have been what they were. The 1970s marked the beginning of the modern era of intercollegiate athletics at St. Ben's. 5 teams were added during this decade: volleyball, basketball, swimming and diving in 1973, softball in 1975, and tennis in 1976. St. Ben's teams were competing against other colleges and universities, including many of today's Division I and Division II large schools. The coaches and student athletes of the 1970s were truly pioneers, laying the groundwork for what was to come. Please direct your attention to the screen as we watch a video recognizing our honorees for the 1970s.
A pioneer in the early days of CSB athletics, Barb Holberg Cruz played 4 seasons of volleyball, 3 seasons of basketball, earning team MVP honors and serving as co-captain in both sports. The Forest Lake High School grad did not play a 4th season of basketball because she was finishing her coursework in dietetics at the University of Minnesota. A 4-year member of the CSB softball team, Terry Ginder-Richter was twice named the team MVP and twice elected as a team captain. She was a 3-year member of the basketball team and also played intramural volleyball while umpiring softball games and officiating volleyball matches. In addition, she played a key role in selecting the Blazer nickname and logo for the school's athletic teams. Kathy Robinson McClellan was a 3-year member of the CSB basketball team and served as a captain while being named team MVP. She played 2 seasons of softball, serving as a captain in that sport as well. She was also instrumental in pushing for the acceptance of arranging class schedules so that CSB student athletes could participate in intercollegiate athletics. A 2-sport standout in volleyball and basketball, Linda Davis served as a captain in both sports during her junior and senior seasons. This is at a time when CSB teams competed against larger schools that now play at the Division I and Division II levels. Away from the court, she was involved in the International Students Association, a group for which she served as president for 1 year. Nancy Frost Belmont helped lay the foundation for the CSB basketball program. She was a key part of the school's first team to compete at the intercollegiate level during the 1972-73 season, and led the program to a berth in the women's state tournament the following year. She was one of 2 CSB student representatives who attended a statewide meeting, helping plot a future direction for women's athletics as a whole. Lori Deneen was a 2-time women's state diving champion during her time at St. Ben's, and twice qualified for the national meet. Her top score in the 3-meter 11-dive format still ranks second best in the program's history. As a junior at Hopkins Eisenhower High School in early 1972, true trailblazer Tony St. Pierre did not have options to compete as an athlete, so she sued the Minnesota State High School League, requesting that she be able to train and compete in cross-country running and Nordic skiing, which at the time were boys-only interscholastic sports. The court ruled in her favor, and St. Pierre, who passed away in 2013, joined the cross-country, Nordic ski, and track and field teams as a senior. She continued competing in cross-country at CSB, running as part of the St. John's University team because a varsity program did not yet exist at St. Ben's.
I would like to invite the all-decade team members of the 1970s to please come to the center stage. Please join me in a round of applause to honor these incredible women.
Marcy Erickson Johnson was a 5-time qualifier for the Division III National Tennis Meet, 3 times as a singles player and twice with doubles partner Tina Ock. She earned All-American honors 3 times and was a 2-time COSIDA Academic All-American Player of the Year. In all, she won 3 MIAC titles and was named her team's MVP all 4 of her seasons at St. Ben's. A 3-time All-MIAC pick in basketball, Kim Kreis-Boke still ranks 3rd on CSB's all-time list with 799 career rebounds. She was a 3-time team MVP who twice earned a spot on the Kodak All-Region team. She began her basketball career by taking part in the Little Dribblers youth program in Fairbanks, Alaska. Carol Airline Potter and teammate Nikki Denny were the first CSB players to earn a spot on the American Volleyball Coaches Association's All-Central Region team when they achieved that honor in 1987. Airline was also All-MIAC that season and was a team captain of a squad that finished 34-4 and earned the program's first MIAC title. Jennifer Nash Wright was the first St. Ben's athlete to earn All-American honors in any sport. She was the first 1,000-point scorer in school history, and her 39 points scored against Viterbo in 1985 remain a single-game program record. She was a 3-time All-Conference selection and a 3-time team MVP. Diane Johnson McGrew was a three-time team captain in softball who boasted a .521 batting average during her senior season in 1983. That year, the third baseman helped lead her team to a conference title while earning all-conference honors herself. The first CSB tennis player to be nationally ranked, Ann Howard Haymans, was part of a team that won an MAIAW Division III state championship and went undefeated in conference play. Over her first 2 seasons at the school, she had a combined record of 32-8. A 2-time All-MIAC pick, Patty Meyer still holds the CSB basketball career and single-season records for assists. In addition, Meyer, who also played softball, still holds the basketball program's career record for assists averaged. A 2-time All-MIAC first-team selection, Michelle Primus finished her CSB career with more than 1,000 kills and still ranks 5th in program history in career solo blocks. She received the team's coaches award in both 1987 and 88.
Please welcome to the stage the 1980s All-Decade team. Let's hear it one more time for the 1980s All-Decade team. At this time, I would ask that our honorees from the 1990s start making their way to the stage. I would like to welcome to the podium former St. Ben's Athletic Director Carol Hauvinstra.
Hello, everyone. It is an honor to be with you this evening, celebrating Title IX and our St. Ben's athletic history. My name is Carol Hauvinstra. I was the athletic director here at St. Ben's from 1987 to 2015. During the 1990s, St. Ben's reached new levels of success on both the conference and national stages. CSB teams won 8 MIAC championships and 9 individual MIAC championships. 3 Blazer student athletes were named MIAC Player of the Year, and 2 of our coaches were recognized as MIAC Coach of the Year. An outstanding 10 Blazer teams qualified for the NCAA Sweet 16 during the 1990s, and 4 teams made the Final Four, with 1 team finishing as national runner-up. St. Ben's added 2 sports during this decade, the addition of women's hockey in 97-98 and Nordic skiing in 99-2000. Please direct your attention to the screen as we watch a video recognizing our honorees from the 1990s.
Nikki Denny Gross was the first St. Ben's volleyball player to be named MIAC Player of the Year, earning the award as a senior in 1989 when she led CSB to a 29-5 record and a MIAC title. The 4-time team MVP, was a 2-time All-American first-team selection, and a 3-time All-Region pick. She still ranks 2nd in program history with 4,612 set assists.
Katie Dagnan McGrain earned All-American honors 4 times in total during her time at CSB.
In cross country, she was the first athlete in school history to achieve that honor when she did so during the 1991 season. She was twice selected as her team's MVP, In track and field, she qualified for the NCAA Division III National Meet 4 times, earning All-American honors on 3 occasions. She won MIAC titles in the 800-meter run during both the indoor and outdoor seasons in 1993, and earned all-conference distinction 9 times in all. The second player in program history to be named MIAC Player of the Year, Amy Hagan Simpkins, was also a 3-time All-American first-team pick and a 3-time All-Region selection. She was named All-MIAC 3 times in total and still ranks second in program history with 1,679 career kills and third with a .341 career hitting percentage. A star on both the basketball and volleyball courts, Tina Campa earned all MIAC honors 3 times in each sport. In basketball, she was an All-American Honorable Mention selection during the 1994-95 season, the same year in which she was named Midwest Sports Channel's Division III Women's Athlete of the Year. Her 1,346 career points still ranks 6th in program history. In volleyball, meanwhile, she was an All-American first-team pick in 1993 and a second-team selection in 1994. Her 1,478 career kills ranks 4th on the school's all-time list. Katie Macy Schwartz qualified for the NCAA Division III National Swimming and Diving Meet as a diver 6 times during her time at St. Ben's, earning All-American honors on 3 occasions, the most of any athlete in program history. She was a 5-time MIAC champion, sweeping both the 1 and 3 meter events in 1995-96 and 1996-97. She still holds school records in the 3 meter dives in both the 6 and the 11 dive formats. One of the top basketball players in CSB history, Kelly Mallam was an All-American first-team pick in 1993 when she helped lead her team to a berth in the NCAA Division III Final Four for the first time. The 2-time All-MIAC selection and 2-time MVP ranks 4th in school history with 1,612 career points, 2nd with 394 career assists, 5th with 187 career steals, and 7th with 652 career rebounds. She was also an all-conference pick in softball, who boasted a .451 career batting average. Mallam has also gone on to a successful coaching career and is currently the head women's basketball coach at St. Olaf. A 2-time All-American first-team selection in volleyball, Chris Muehlbauer-Ganley still ranks 3rd in program history with 108 solo blocks and 4th with a .337 career hitting percentage. Muehlbauer-Ganley, who was twice named both All-Region and All-MIAC, went on to a successful high school coaching career, leading Sauk Center to its first berth in the Minnesota State Tournament in 1994. Colleen Neary still ranks 2nd in CSB soccer history with both 47 career goals and 111 career points. She was named MIAC Player of the Year in 1990 and was an All-American first-team selection in 1991. A 2-time All-Region and 3-time All-MIAC pick, she was also twice named her team's MVP. Tina Uphoff was a 2-time qualifier for the NCAA Division III tennis meet, earning first-team All-American honors with partner Marcy Erickson in 1988. The duo also won a pair of MIAC doubles championships in 1988 and 89. She was named the CSB Rookie of the Year for the 1987-88 school year. Missy Peterson-Trenz qualified for the NCAA Division III National Meet 6 times in all, between cross country and track and field. On the trail, she earned All-MIAC and All-Region distinction 4 times, and was a 4-time team MVP. On the track, she won MIAC titles in the 5 and 10K runs in 1997, and her times still rank in the top 10 in program history in 1 indoor and 4 outdoor events. On the basketball court, Robin Rushmeyer-Corshane was a 2-time All-MIAC selection who helped lead her team to the NCAA Division III Final Four in 1998-99, earning a spot on the All-Tournament team. She still ranks 8th in program history with both 1,281 career points and 630 career rebounds. In volleyball, she was a 3-time All-MIAC pick who earned All-American second-team honors in 1997. She remains the school's career record holder with 1,771 kills. Joyce Spanier-Barash was a key part of CSB basketball's emergence as a national power. During her 4 years at the school, the team went 84-25, capturing its first MIAC title and advancing to the NCAA Division III tournament 3 times. She was named a first-team All-American in 1990-91 and earned All-MIAC honors 3 times. Her 1,651 career points still rank 3rd in program history. Kathy Yarnott-Lowry was named the NCAA Division III Goalie of the Year and was an All-American 3rd-team pick in 1990 when she helped lead CSB to its first NCAA tournament appearance, advancing all the way to the Final Four. She was a 2-time All-MIAC pick and a 2-time team MVP. She was also a member of the CSB basketball team that captured the program's first MIAC title in 1988-89.
Your 1990s All-Decade team. One more round of applause for your 1990s All-Decade team. At this time, I would like to ask our honorees from the 2000s to start making their way to stage. And I would like to welcome back to the podium Carol Helvinstra.
During the 2000s, St. Ben's continued to shine on both the conference and national levels. CSB teams won 9 MIAC championships, 3 individual MIAC titles, and 2 Blazer student athletes were named MIAC Players of the Year. 2 of our Blazer teams qualified for the NCAA Sweet 16 during the 2000s, and 1 team made it all the way to the Elite 8. We had 9 student athletes earn individual All-American honors during this period. Please direct your attention to the screen as we watch a video recognizing our honorees from the 2000s.
Michelle Barlow Goodman shined in the early 2000s. She was an honorable mention All-American selection, a 2-time D3Hoops.com All-West Region First Team honoree, and a D3Hoops.com All-American Fourth Team and First Team selection. Barlow was named MIAC Player of the Year her senior season after being named to the All-MIAC First Team 4 straight seasons. She remains second in school history and scoring, as well as 4 other statistical categories. Caroline Boats White was a 4-time national qualifier, twice in indoor and twice in outdoor, and a 2-time All-American, finishing 3rd and 8th respectively in the pole vault at the NCAA National Championships. She was a 2-time MIAC pole vault champion and a 4-time MIAC runner-up in the pole vault. She remains top 5 in CSB program history in both indoor and outdoor. Patty Klinsman-Peichel was a dual sport standout in track and field and soccer. In track, she was a 4-time national qualifier as an individual in the 55 meters and long jump, and she earned All-American honors as a member of the 3rd place 400-meter relay team. She earned All-MIAC honors 11 times, and added 12 All-MIAC honorable mention honors. She still holds 4 individual and 1 relay school record. In soccer, Klinsmann earned all-region second-team honors and was a 2-time All-MIAC honoree and a 2-time team MVP. Lisa Graef was a star goalie on some of the best soccer teams in school history. She earned first-team All-American honors in 1998 and remains the only student athlete in program history to be a 4-time All-Region honoree. Graef was a 4-time All-MIAC selection and a 3-time team MVP. She was part of 2 NCAA tournament runs, including a Sweet 16 run in 1998. Anna Heikkinen Johnson is one of the top student athletes in the storied history of St. Ben's basketball. She was a 2-time All-American, a first-team and honorable mention honoree, and a D3Hoops.com second and fourth team All-American. Heikkinen was selected as the 2006 MIAC Player of the Year, as well as a D3Hoops.com 2-time first team All-West Region selection. She remains 5th all-time on the CSB career scoring list and holds 4 CSB program records. Heikkinen was a 3-time All-MIAC honoree, a 3-time MIAC Player of the Week, and a 3-time Team MVP on teams that claimed 3 MIAC championships and an NCAA Sweet 16 appearance. Katie Kuhlman-Schwartz is one of the top swimmers in St. Ben's school history. She qualified for nationals in 5 events, earning All-American honors in 2002 after her 6th place finish in the 100-meter breaststroke. Kuhlman was a 7-time MIAC champion and earned 10 All-MIAC honors. She was a 2-time team MVP and remains in the top 10 in CSB history in 6 events, including holding the school record in the 100-meter breaststroke. Kuhlman was selected as a CSB Athlete of the Year following her senior season. Kristen Teagues Hayden transferred to St. Benedict from the College of St. Catherine and made an immediate impact. In her first tournament at CSB, she won the ITA regional tournament and advanced to the ITA national tournament, where she earned All-American honors after a 5th place finish, marking one of the best postseason runs in program history. She earned All-MIAC honors in both of her seasons at St. Ben's and was named the 2003-2004 CSB Athlete of the Year. Megan Teagues-Forliddy transferred to St. Benedict after 2 seasons at the NCAA Division I level. She earned all-conference honors in both of her seasons at CSB and was a 2-time team MVP. Teagues qualified for the NCAA National Championships in 2007 and earned All-American honors, advancing to the quarterfinals after posting wins in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. She was a 2-time ITA academic scholar and was named the CSB Athlete of the Year for the 2006-2007 school year. Gretchen Weber Nelson was a standout swimmer in the early 2000s. She was a 3-time national qualifier, one of just 3 student athletes in program history to qualify for 3 individual events in 1 national meet. Weber earned All-American honors in the 200 backstroke after an 8th place finish and All-American honorable mention honors after a 10th place finish in the 200 meter freestyle. She also recorded a 17th place finish at nationals in the 500 meter freestyle. Weber was a 6-time MIAC champion, a 9-time All-MIAC honoree, and remains the school record holder in the 500 meter freestyle. Jenna Wendorf was a star track and field student athlete in the mid-2000s. She was a 7-time national qualifier and a 3-time All-American. Wendorf was a 5-time MIAC champion and an 8-time All-MIAC honoree. She was selected as MIAC Athlete of the Week 3 times, was named CSB Most Valuable Field Athlete 4 times, and remains the St. Ben's school record holder in the indoor and outdoor shot put. Laura Wendorf-Meyer marked herself as one of the elite after becoming the only 3-time All-American in CSB basketball history. She was named West Region Player of the Year in 1998 and 99 after being selected as the West Region Rookie of the Year in 1996-97. She was named MIAC Player of the Year after leading her team to back-to-back MIAC titles and 3 straight NCAA appearances. She remains a school record holder for points and rebounds, the only player in school history to have more than 1,000 in each category, and also holds 3 other school records. Leah Worm-Skirto excelled in cross country and track and field for CSB. In cross country, she was a 3-time national qualifier and 2-time All-American. Worm became the Blazers' first MIAC cross country champion in 2005, was a 4-time All-MIAC honoree, and is one of just 2 student athletes who were 4-time All-Region honorees. In track and field, she was the 2004 MIAC Indoor 5K champion and earned All-MIAC honors 4 times.
Your 2000s All-Decade Team. A special thank you to Gretchen's father for being here to accept on her behalf. Your 2000s All-Decade Team. At this time, I ask that our honorees from the 2010s start making your way to the stage. It is my honor to now introduce you to St. Ben's Athletics in the 2010s. But before I do that, as the current athletic director here at CSB, I would be remiss not to take a brief moment to thank these women who have come before me, those that have sat in the athletic director chair and fought for what was best for our teams and for our student athletes. I want to thank each and every one of these women for their commitment to breaking barriers and expanding opportunities for women in sport. Sport has the power to teach incredible lessons in life and sets women up for success in their future careers. These women understood the power of sport and stood up for the women of St. Benedict to be able to fight to become champions in sport and life. To my current student athletes, you owe a debt of gratitude to these women and all the honorees this evening. We would not be where we are today if it were not for their unwavering belief in women and our ability to succeed in all spheres of life. Now, I would like to tell you what was happening with St. Ben's Athletics in the 2010s. During this decade, St. Ben's continued to shine on both a conference and national level. CSB teams won 5 MIC championships and 13 individual MIAC titles. St. Ben's teams qualified for 10 NCAA postseason appearances, while 26 individual student athletes qualified for their respective NCAA championships. 2 of our student athletes were named MIAC Players of the Year, and 4 earned MIAC Rookie of the Year honors. 3 of our teams qualified for the NCAA Sweet 16 during this decade, and we also had 10 student athletes earn individual All-American honors. Please direct your attention to the screen as we watch a video recognizing our honorees from the 2010s.
Lexi Alm Johnson was a standout 2-sport athlete for St. Ben's. Alm became the first All-American in CSB softball history and was a 2-time honorable mention All-American in volleyball. She was a 2-time All-Region selection in both sports, earned a combined 5 All-MIAC honors, 3 MIAC Player of the Week honors, and was named the Conference Player of the Year in softball. Alm holds multiple school records in softball and ranks in the top 6 in kills in volleyball history. She was selected as Team MVP in both softball and volleyball and was a COSIDA Academic All-American 3rd-team selection.
Colleen Bouchard-Rumpsa earned first-team All-American honors for the Benny soccer team as she guided CSB to 2 MIAC regular season titles and 2 NCAA appearances.
She was a 3-time All-Region and 4-time All-MIAC selection and was named MIAC Player of the Year in 2011. Bouchard was a 2-time MIAC Athlete of the Week, a 3-time Team MVP, and she remains the school record holder in career assists. In the classroom, Bouchard was a 3-time Academic All-MIAC honoree, earned COSIDA Academic All-District distinction, and was an NCAA Women of the Year Top 30 selection. Jenna Deegan shined for the Benny's track and field team She was a 4-time national qualifier and a 2-time All-American, finishing 4th in the pentathlon and 3rd in the heptathlon in 2017, while she earned 6 MIAC All-Conference and 7 MIAC Honorable Mention honors. She was named the 2016-17 CSB Athlete of the Year and currently holds 2 school records and 7 other top 10 marks. Deegan was a 3-time USTF CCCA Academic Honoree and twice earned Academic All-MIAC recognition. Beth Hansen Hill was the captain of the Blazer volleyball team, and she remains one of the top setters in school history. She earned 3rd team All-American and All-Region honors in 2009 as she led her team to the MIAC regular season title her senior season. Hansen was a 3-time All-MIAC first team honoree, a 4-time MIAC Setter of the Week, and a 3-time team MVP. She holds the CSB school record for assists in a career and a season, and is also 9th in CSB history in total digs. Hansen earned Co-SIDA Academic All-District honors and was a 5-time Academic All-MIAC selection. Hansen also played softball for 4 seasons for St. Ben's. Catherine Hoff-Dean solidified herself as one of the best golfers in school history. She was a 2-time national qualifier and is the only golf student athlete to be a 2-time All-American. Hoff was a 3-time All-MIAC honoree, a 5-time MIAC Athlete of the Week, and was named MIAC Golf Senior of the Year. She was a 4-time team MVP, earned WGCA All-Region honors, and holds 2 individual school records. She was a 3-time Academic All-MIAC selection, was twice named WGCA Scholar, and earned the prestigious NCAA Elite 88 award. Emma Janes Keeler was one of the top 6 rotation outsides in school history. She earned 2nd team All-American honors in addition to being a 2-time Honorable Mention All-American. Janes was a 3-time All-Region selection, a 3-time All-MIAC selection, and a MIAC Athlete of the Week. She earned team MVP honors and remains 3rd on the all-time kills list and 4th on the all-time digs list. Janes was a 3-time Academic All-MIAC honoree, was named to the COSIDA Academic All-District team, and was selected for the NCAA Postgraduate Scholarship. Taya Kockelman-Lindahl was another one of the phenomenal St. Ben's setters. She earned 2nd team, 3rd team, and honorable mention All-American honors during her career. She was a 3-time All-Region, 3-time All-MIAC, and 5-time MIAC Player of the Week honoree. Kockelman led the Blazers to 4 NCAA tournaments and was a 3-time team MVP. She is 3rd in CSB history in career assists and 2nd in single-season assists. Allison Kosabud was a dual-sport power in cross-country and track and field. On the track, she was a 5-time national qualifier and 1-time All-American. She was a 3-time All-Region performer, 5-time MIAC champion, 10-time All-MIAC honoree, a 13-time All-MIAC honorable mention selection, and a 3-time MIAC Athlete of the Week. Kosabud is top 10 in CSB history in 3 outdoor events, 5 indoor events, and holds 6 school records. In cross country, Kosabud was an all-region performer, an all-MIAC performer, a team MVP, and is in the top 7 in school history in the 5K and 6K. She was a COSIDA Academic All-American 3rd team selection and combined to be a 5-time USTF CCCA All-American honoree. Kosabud was the CSB Presidential Award winner and an NCAA Women of the Year Top 30 finalist. Julia Renner was an incredibly versatile athlete. On the track, she was a 3-time national qualifier and 5-time MIAC champion. Renner earned 16 All-MIAC honors and 5 All-MIAC honorable mention honors. She was a 2-time MIAC Athlete of the Week and a 2-time Team Field MVP. Renner holds 3 CSB records. She is a 5-time Academic All-MIAC honoree and a 3-time USTF CCCA All-Academic honoree. Lexi Rindy was an offensive force for Benny Volleyball hitting from the right side. She was a 2-time All-American honorable mention selection and a part of 4 NCAA tournament teams. She is a 4-time All-MIAC honoree and a 2-time All-Region selection. Rindy was twice named MIAC Player of the Week and was a 4-time Team Offensive MVP selection. She currently ranks 5th in CSB school history in kills and is a 3-time Academic All-MIAC selection. London Stelton De Benedetto is one of the best pole vaulters in school history. She was a 2-time national qualifier and a 2-time All-American, finishing in the top 4 on both trips to the national championships. She was a 4-time All-Region selection and a 5-time MIAC champion. Stelton earned 6 All-MIAC honors and 4 MIAC Athlete of the Week honors. She was a 3-time Team Field MVP and set MIAC indoor and outdoor records while holding CSB indoor and outdoor pole vault records. Stelton was a USTF CCCA All-Academic honoree and a 6-time Academic All-MIAC selection.
Your 2010's All-Decade team. A round of applause for the 2010's All-Decade team. What an incredible history our student athletes and our teams have here at St. Ben's. Part of history is also understanding where we're at now. So now it's time to let our current student athletes shine. At this time, please direct your attention to the stage as we watch a highlight video of our current teams. I would now like to welcome to the stage President Brian Brees.
Wow! Wasn't that incredible? It is so good to be here. Good evening. I am Brian Brees, the president of both the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University, and I am both awed and grateful for having been with you tonight and for hearing and seeing and experiencing these stories. Just a remarkable display of the power of athletics and the importance of athletics in education. One word keeps coming back to me: pioneers. These women we saw up here tonight, pioneers. How exciting. And it is very humbling for me and Carol to be a part of this legacy of pioneers. We also happen to have the best seats in the house where we live, right next to those awesome athletic fields. So it's so good to be here. Wasn't that an amazing display we saw tonight of impact of athletics and women's leadership? With nearly 3 decades in higher education, most of that serving women's colleges, I'm intimately familiar with the importance and the intent and the impact of Title IX. We are obligated as a society to remove barriers, expand opportunities, and level playing fields for the underserved. It's the right thing to do. And this evening, we've seen in brilliant fashion why it's the right thing to do. Title IX isn't merely intent on striving to be fair. Title IX is about making sure our nation has access to the fullest representation of our talents. When Title IX expanded and inspired athletic opportunities 50 years ago, young girls and women rushed through wide open doors that had barely been cracked for them before. Of the 50 leaders, the 50 scholar athletes we celebrate this evening, how many might never have played the game were it not for Title IX? And of the ones who did, what would be the venues for them to compete in and for us to enjoy watching and marveling at their skill and dedication? Tonight's 50 honorees and every one of their teammates left the College of St. Benedict with not just a liberal arts education, not just an immersion in our Benedictine values, but with the confidence, the determination, and the social skills that comes from competing at a high level, playing by the rules, and being a part of a team. And the larger point is that for every athlete who has been empowered by Title IX, there's an engineer, there's an entrepreneur, there's a groundbreaking pioneer engaging her intellect and her insight in an area where 50 years ago she wouldn't have been welcome. Sadly, in some of these areas, she probably still doesn't feel completely welcome. That's why 50 years, this legislation remains critically important for the growth and success for all of us. We're still not there yet. We need to continue advocating for women's opportunities everywhere, and that includes athletic opportunities. Women's sports today still receive only a fraction of the media coverage of their male counterparts. Women in colleges across the country trail their male counterparts in athletic participation opportunities and access to resources. Our effort under the umbrella of Title IX for equal access continues. The fight goes on. Hopefully, tonight has inspired you to attend a St. Ben's sporting event, to buy a CSB sweatshirt or some swag, to make sustaining gifts as a Benny Game Changer, or to support your favorite Benny team on our annual Athletics Give Day in February. In that vein, I want to take a moment to pause and to say thank you. Thank you to the many of you in this room who have given and continue to give in support of our students in general and our student athletes specifically. Your involvement in this way makes all the difference. The female student athletes in your life today deserve your continued support. When we unlock their potential, we all benefit. First, in the wonder of watching them compete, then later, in the impact of the world-changing women they grow to become. It is such a privilege to have participated in this evening with you, so thank you. And thank you to our 50 honorees for sharing your gifts with us. I'd also like to thank the athletic directors, the historic athletic directors who are with us tonight for their participation. And I'd like to specifically call out Kelly Anderson Dirks, the modern day version of the campus queen of athletics. I'd also like to acknowledge our current Benny athletes. What you witnessed tonight, current Bennies, is a listing of pioneers, women that preceded you. This is a legacy that you continue. You are the next generation of pioneers. So know, as we're watching you compete, we're so excited for you, we're cheering you on, and we're just honored and humbled. You give us so much hope in your role as scholar athletes here at St. Ben's. So let's give our current Benny athletes a recognition. This brings a close to our evening's program, but I'd like to ask all of our honorees to stay with us just for a bit longer, to come up on stage for a picture with all the honorees together. Thank you for being here tonight, for celebrating the legacy of athletics and Title IX at St. Ben's. Thank you and have a great evening.